Para nosotros es un placer darles la bienvenida otra semana más aquí a este programa y contarles que nos encontramos en Cardales, provincia de Buenos Aires, en el Hotel Sofitel, La Reserva, un lugar mágico, lleno de atracciones para disfrutar un buen momento. Y nosotros hemos disfrutado tal vez el mejor momento de este año en este ciclo. Nada menos que nuestro segundo encuentro con la gran artista internacional Emma Shapplin en su visita a Argentina. Un encuentro, una entrevista para coleccionar. Disfruten con nosotros. Para nosotros es un placer recibir por segunda vez en nuestro living, por supuesto en este programa, una de las artistas internacionales más importantes de los últimos tiempos. Estoy hablando nada menos que de Emma Shapplin, que nos visita. Emma, how are you?
Hello again, how are you?
Again, welcome to Argentina.
Thank you.
We met in 2012, yes. Yes, 2 years ago.
I don't remember. I'm very bad with the time.
This is your
never
first...
know.
Yes, a couple of years ago.
Oh, might be that.
Yes, and what a look, you got your hair cut.
Yes.
Yes, right. This is for your new album?
Yes. Yes. This new album is about a dandy, so
yes.
I thought to be more into my character, I had to... But it starts to grow again, so...
It's like, oh, yes, you have a great hair and a great look as well. So this Dust of a Dandy, what's Dust of a Dandy? Tell us about your album, your inspiration.
Wow.
It's a great change, right?
It's always tough to discuss about my new albums.
Yes.
I would say Dust of a Dandy, first of all, it was an album that I really wanted to make. It's like a scream somehow.
A scream,
yes.
wow.
It's, well, I would say, to be general, that it's a facet of my personality that I wanted to search and to find and then to light up, so and to share with the public. It's a it's a facet of my personality. It's still me.
Yes, it's your style. Your essence is present. We're speaking out of cameras, and your essence is present. But what about the classical albums?
This is again. This is one of my facets. This neoclassical, and then I would say I needed to explore all the directions in order to also. It might sound strange, but also to fulfill something in my personal life and also in my vocal technique. With this album, I get this opportunity to be more arrogant. I had to be more arrogant, so I really pushed myself into another kind of energy that I needed to have to sing, to interpret, to write, and to compose this album.
How can you describe it? It's like rock? It's the correct word?
Well, it's, I would say it's electro-punk rock.
Great.
Yes. I would say also it's the second act. For me, it's like the second act of Macadam Flower, but it's like its dark side. If Macadam Flower was very feminine, very delicate, very sensitive, very poetic, this one is more masculine, I would say. That's what I search in myself.
More dandy.
Yeah, it's more masculine, a bit more aggressive. There's a bit of anger in it. It's more serious also, and generally I sing in a lower range of voice, more crunchy voices. And what can I say else?
And what you are planning your show here in Argentina? You've been in Córdoba.
Yes. The public was wonderful.
Yes,
really.
Yes.
They supported
Argentine
me.
public is wonderful. We remember the show that you've done, that you performed at Luna Park some years ago, and it was great. Great.
Really.
Yes.
It's
Argentine
so
public
warm and so. Well, I mean, in some countries, people are there. You can feel them. It's strong. But in Argentina, it's very warm, and you can hear them too.
Yes, and they sang. You came to perform.
Some of the songs.
Yes, songs, Argentine songs as well. Well, and you are preparing your show next week, and what will the public will see in your show?
Well, I present globally. I present songs of my new album, and also it's in a way it became like an habit to me. I like to keep my work alive.
Yes.
So I will bring songs from my previous album as well. And what I like also is the shock in between styles and between facets.
Yes.
And also I would say it will be more rock stage.
You will have Argentine music, local musicians, right?
Yes, this time. It's a great experience.
I've been rehearsing with them, because you've been at Córdoba, What are you planning next? Are you working on something new for, I don't know, next year?
I've started to, to be true, I'm working on
the question is what's next?
Projects.
Too many, yes.
Yes, and there are some I can't speak about them now because they will be a bit far. I think the shorter projects would be probably a duet, but I won't say with who.
With who? That's the big surprise.
And also, I have to start working on my next album because once it's finished, I take the time to
plan it,
to write
to inspire.
it. So I will start to work on it. The next album probably would be neoclassical again. I've read and I've heard that some of my fans are.
How is that? How is the response of the public? This change between. Well, there's diverse opinion. I know some of them hate it. Wow!
Well,
they were very accustomed to the other style. Yes.
It's very strong. But maybe they need more time.
Yes,
and
more time.
But also I have a big bunch of fans who loves it.
Yes.
So
they love you. They love you. Apart from your music, they love you as an artist. Whatever you can perform, rock, or neoclassic, or whatever. And how's a typical day in your life? You live alone? With your pets?
I would say I'm a solitary person. Yeah, I enjoy solitude actually.
You live in France, right?
Yes. But of course, there's a lot of people coming all the time.
All the time. But when you are alone at home, what do you discover there? What do you like to do? And
many things. Generally, I'm working. Well, I don't call this work because it's really my life. It's really
it's
passion. So I'm enjoying. I would say.
That's great.
And but also I take time, really take time for myself, and take time with my cats and my dog. And
your dog, it's his name?
Fuji.
Fuji-san. He's not the last
No,
year. experiences are a source of inspiration for you?
Generally, my lyrics are what I call lyrics that you can read in different lines.
Yes.
So there's a deep line you can read, which is very, I would say, very intimate, and this will speak about my life somehow. It's not really literally and straight, but of course those thoughts are my thoughts, or a twist of my thoughts, and but I like to use one or diverse characters to I would say to get deeper into emotions and to thoughts. And in Dust of a Dandy, if you listen carefully, for example, at the end of the first song, Dust, there's a message very straight, like a bit formal, I would say. It's not my type of writing generally, but this time I wanted to.
You choose to include that.
I wanted to send messages also to the young adult generation. It's something I wanted to say. Also, at the beginning of Blue Butterflies, there's a strange message with a strange voice, and those messages were important for me.
For this.
Also, a song which is not really a song because I'm not singing it, I speak it. It's a poem in prose. It's called Exilium, and there's a lot of me in those.
You consider this album is a lot of you, this album in particular?
Yeah.
Dust of a Dandy.
Yes. It's really made with emotions I had and things I experiment, or things I've heard and that touches me. And there's a lot of wink to poets, art in general. It would be very difficult to tell exactly what's in there, because it's really like a little, again, I used to say that it's like a little bubble of my life,
and maybe
of a part of my life.
That's for the public to reveal it, or to discover.
Yes. And also I like that the fact it's a little bit blur. It's not
defined.
Yes,
totally
not
defined.
too
it's
much.
Blur.
Yeah. So the public can dream about it and let themselves just.
And that's the best for the public to discover, to co-create with the artist. Emma, we're going to make a shortcut, yes, and we'll be back with you. Nosotros vamos a hacer un corte y enseguida estamos aquí con Emma Shapplin en exclusiva para nuestro programa. Quédense ahí.
Innovación permanente, vocación por la vida, calidad sin fronteras. Vago, ética al servicio de la salud.
Ante el cambio de régimen de lluvias, San Isidro diseñó un plan hidráulico de evacuación de agua y construyó lagunas secas o reservorios estratégicamente ubicados en todo el partido. Al saturarse el sistema hidráulico de evacuación subterránea, estos reservorios retienen temporalmente 350 millones de litros de agua de lluvia, asistiendo a los canales aliviadores hasta que vuelvan a su cauce normal. Una vez normalizada la circulación de agua por estos canales, comienzan a desagotarse los reservorios para liberar el agua retenida. Así funciona este novedoso sistema implementado para evitar nuevas inundaciones y servir al bienestar de nuestra gente. San Isidro, Gobierno Municipal.
Don't treat me like I'm broken. All these words unspoken. I don't wanna fade away. Done holding on to yesterday. The wound is still open. The pain from you keeps poking, and I'll keep trying to find a way to get the smile back on my face when tears come crashing down. Emotions are flooding, my words won't come out. Feels like I'll die if I
Never mind being the bait, as long as I'll be your escape. No, I don't mind playing your game, as long as I'm the only one you get.
Aquí nuestro encuentro con Emma Shapplin, gran artista internacional que nos está acompañando en esta visita 2014 en la República Argentina. Well, Emma, let's go back in history. Childhood. What do you remember about childhood, your childhood?
Many things. I have great souvenirs of my childhood. Generally, my father, and my mother, and all together, my two brothers, we used to, my father used to take us all together in the countryside, and generally during the weekends around France, anywhere in France. And it was great because we were just living like with the camping car, you know.
Yes.
And
Wow.
With the dog and not the cats, but with
Just the dog.
sometimes with the birds of my father.
Yes. In
Who
the
come
cage.
Yes, who come with
Birds
us.
included, con los pájaros incluidos. Were you a good classmate at school, for example? Was a good student?
I was, I was shy, but very, very shy. You can't even
Wow.
imagine how.
But that
It
changed
was,
through the time? Are you shy now, for example?
Still, but
You could manage.
I know, I find how to manage it. But at that time, it was like terrible. So shy. So I think that's the reason why at school I didn't want to be seen. So I was just a little bit on the, you know,
like below,
like
behind the scenes.
But my notes, it was just
your notes, your marks.
not too good, not too bad.
Like
it was
in the
just
middle.
yes,
It's standard.
discreet.
Discreet.
Yes.
And the time passed, and well, that shyness, you forgot about that.
But I think
You got
when
into stage.
even when I was a teenager, I started to play clown around, to make jokes and make fun to try to survive.
Yes.
So I think it's.
What was the time that you discovered that your career was going to be performed on stage? Was any person, for example, that modeled in you this career?
I think
It was
no,
a personal decision.
I think it happened. I really believe it happened because I didn't think of it really. I didn't say, well, I want to be a singer, I want to be a star, I want to be... No, it wasn't that clear. It was, you know, a matter of meetings or things I've seen
like
or
facts
I've heard.
that occurred in your life. So
Yes, exactly. And each time it brought me to this.
To be on stage,
yeah,
to be a composer.
Yeah. And finally, it's, I would say, being a singer, and particularly on stage, it's like so important because I'm too introvert. So, and as I said before, I love solitude, and I could be too solitary otherwise. And it's really the moment where I can be full, open, and with the people. It's so important for me to be on stage. I'm really alive.
It's like the energy you need for your life.
Yes, yes.
Un suspiro que perdí. Si tu cuerpo no me quiere, yo no quiero más de ti. El sol no sale, este viento que me duele, estas noches invernales que no me dejan dormir.
Are you planning to make opera?
I'm still practicing. Yes, I'm still practicing in I don't know if I told you.
No, I don't know. You are taking classes
master classes in St. Petersburg with Irina Bogochova. She's an incredible woman.
Because you named René Fleming, and I remember, I don't know, Traviata and some opera pieces that... Are you planning to make some, like a classical opera, I don't know, from a classic composer?
Maybe
or
a
you
full
dream
opera,
to make
a full opera, I don't
now.
know. Maybe I wouldn't be strong enough. I don't know.
3 hours on stage, singing.
I don't know. But I will start by recording a classical album, I mean with aria from Haute Opera.
Yes.
I'm preparing it. I'm waiting until it's
Yes, it's at the point.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it's ready.
It's I would say it will be another of my facets. So
this is a discovering of facets. Many facets come to your life or to your knowledge, yes? And so in what facet you are more comfortable? In this new facet or in your classical facets?
No, all of them.
In every facet
yes,
you come
yes,
to your life.
It's part of me, really it's part of me. But you know, when you, especially when I started, when you sign with an executive producer and when you sign with a record company,
yes.
then they have to find you a path.
Yes.
And so that's what you are, even if it's not true, and generally it's not really true. Because
well, in your case, it wasn't
so,
true always, or you were like...
Well, at the beginning it was okay, but then it became too crossover genre, which I didn't really find myself. I'm somewhere else. I would say I'm somewhere else. That's why the two first albums I called them neo-classical and not crossover, because I think it's different. It's different
yes.
in my and also this electro pop and electro punk rock. It really belongs to my personality. I need them. I need that.
As long as I'll be your escape. No, I don't mind being your game. As long as I'm the only one you gain. I'll never burn, you're my pleasure. You won't be hurt to my treasure. I'm the result of the praise in solitude.
Pleasure
Well,
to have you here.
Nice
once
to see you again.
And well, great. A lot of luck to you, to your team. And well,
Well,
nos estamos viendo. Ha sido un encuentro maravilloso con la gran artista de Shapplin en su visita a Argentina y ustedes. Muchísimas gracias por estar allí acompañándonos semana a semana. Nos vemos la semana que viene. Bueno, thank you.